Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening. Thank you for viewing this brief presentation by Working Group 3, which is exploring how the CS education community can work on supporting high performance computing education, or more simply, HPC Ed. Our working group consists of 12 members with a special 13th associate member, John Impalazio, who has been helping us out. John needs no introduction to the CS Ed or ITSC communities, as he has been a long-time active contributor to both groups. He has also been a co-author of several of the ACM IEEE Computer Society curricular guidelines. As you can see from this slide, not only do we have a large membership, but it is also spread across 5 continents. We have been working actively since the first week of April after we got the go-ahead, initially using email and sharing documents using Dropbox and Overleaf. We have also met synchronously on Zoom where all group members have shown up all the time. Here's a screenshot of the Zoom session held in the last week of May. The meeting started at 8 a.m. in US Central Time, 9 a.m. US Eastern Time, more civilized times in Ireland and Egypt. And you don't really want to know what time it was in China, Australia, and New Zealand. Much thanks to Jenny, Cruz, and Nasser for staying up really late to join the Zoom session. Moving on to the actual work, we initially struggled with how to define the bounds of HPC for this exercise. We finally settled on this working definition. HPC is the capacity to process data and perform complex calculations at extremely high speeds. We will have a better definition by the time we submit our report for review. Getting to HPC Ed within computing has become important as there is a great need for computing graduates to work in a range of domains where HPC is crucial for the domain's progress. It should be noted that HPC has been widely used in various scientific and engineering fields, for example, bioinformatics. These are areas where several group members have expertise. The group's main motivation now is to get HPC into computing education. So this group has started exploring the challenges posed by HPC to understand the current state of HPC Ed across the world and see what can be done to improve HPC Ed for computing students. To focus our deliberations, the group came up with these research questions. Given that HPC is so crucial for the future of computing and non-computing disciplines, what can be done to improve HPC Ed? We have been discussing the issues around this space. One particular concern is to explore the obstacles that are preventing HPC from being incorporated into computing programs. What is the role played by the lack of proper HPC paradigms to teach both educators and students? When can HPC introduced in the curriculum? How can the models used for HPC become easier to implement and less expensive for scaled up usage? Can commonalities be found across the use of HPC curricular materials used outside computing to leapfrog HPC Ed within computing? Given that students will come with a diversity of backgrounds, what are the best practices that can be used in this space? Finally, effective HPC requires students and also faculty to have and develop critical thinking skills, which in turn will help them use HPC to solve the problems of tomorrow. Here are the deliverables of our report, and we hope to achieve most, if not all, of them. Our report should help readers understand the challenges underlying HPC Ed, understand core HPC Ed concepts, learn how HPC curricula could be developed for contemporary computing, for example, AI, data science, cyber analytics, and more. Learn how they can identify and build infrastructures for implementing HPC coursework. Finally, we intend to pass on our findings to the CC 2020 project. Working group members John, Jenny, and Stephen are also members of the CC 2020 effort. In terms of where we stand, we have already accomplished a few immediate goals. We have gotten to know one another fairly well through our interactions. Many members have participated in previous ITSC working groups and understand that this is really key to a successful working group report. We were lucky that various subsets of the working group already knew each other, and so adding the new members was fairly smooth. The draft outline is being fleshed out actively with our weekly meeting with the full group, and different subgroups have been working on different sections. We hope to have a fairly complete initial draft document done by June 12th. We will then work actively using longer sessions during the conference dates to restructure and revise the initial draft. In short, we hope to have a strong report for submission to Guido and Birgit by the due date. Finally, if you have any questions, please feel free to send me email and I will share it with the group and then get back to you. Thank you very much for listening and watching this presentation.